Good evening from 10th and Jackson, Quincy Notre Dame High School. This is Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raider basketball as they take on the Havana Ducks tonight right here on mechasportsco.com. And welcome, I'm Jeff Wellman as we get ready for tonight to start the week off on this Monday. The Lady Raiders will start the action 2 weeks away from Christmas, as tonight it will be the end of Christmas and watching, well, 2 or 3 more times the Christmas Story. And here's the story so far from Thanksgiving to Christmas for the QND Lady Raiders. They are now 8-1 on the season. They're averaging about 49.3 points a game, exactly, and giving up 34 points a game. Ahead 15 points almost per game in each contest. Started off the season with a victory over Hardin Calhoun. We caught the Raiders right here at Keokuk, their first home game. Althoff Catholic was the next game, and that was one game before. We were there also for the Althoff Catholic game. And then the Highland, Illinois game, 37-31. That would be the 1,000th victory of the QND Lady program since the start of it with Jim Citro way back in 1975. The Lady Raiders would come back against Western with a victory. West Hancock as well, and Unity before their first loss of the season, Pleasant Plains at Pleasant Plains. Final score in that one, 45-34. Pleasant Plains, a very good team as they played Quincy High a little bit earlier, and those two teams will face at the end of the season. Quincy Notre Dame and Quincy High match it on the crosstown rivalry. Raiders came right back against Sacred Heart Griffin, 43-31, and now 8-1 on the season. On the other side, the Havana Ducks, last year's team, 32-5 on the season. They lost in the round of 8 to the eventual champions Oakville, 58-45 after beating Brown County in the sectional final 40-34. A great run there last year by the Hornets. And then another run, like I say, by the Ducks. Ducks are 4-5 this season, though, 35.8 points a game and giving up 43.8 as well. Yeah, a few different starting off the season. Stratton was leading the team in a number of one of the games, and we were waiting for Sierra Thomas to come back onto the lineup. She has been back coming off the bench. We also had a little hurt knee by Jenna Durst, and Jenna hurt her opposite knee of the injured one that she last wore a brace on. So she's working on that one a little bit, and I think as I talked to both parents and both our coaches, of course one helping here, Jennifer Durst is helping out with Eric Oren's squad, and of course her husband Jason is down at HLG, that's Hannibal LaGrange College, with the Trojans. Talked to him a little about the team, but he said I think he thought initially it might have been an ACL, but I think it was more of a scare of going down and grabbing that knee in the unknown there. So, but right now she is okay. She's going to wear a little brace, and then she'll be ready to come off the bench later in the game. So we've got Jenna Durst out right now, and then we've got Thomas working her way in. Thomas not out completely, or Durst not out completely. And as we get ready, of course, Havana, you remember the days of old, Coach Gregorich and his son, Trevor Trimpe, and some of those famous names of the 70s and 80s that put Havana on the map, on the boys' side especially. The girls' program has been very successful with the new coach, Michelle Brady. She's been there 7 years, 7 successful seasons. Over 500 all those, and as we mentioned last year, 32-5. And Jim Obert's here to make the call. My classmate from St. Dominic and Quincy Notre Dame, and of course also with Coach Pettit. And here's our national anthem. And as we stand looking at the flag for the national anthem and the new scoreboard, we also get a chance to look at the old Raider, put up there back in the mid-70s. And hangs on there. All right, here we go. Our starting lineups first for the visiting Ducks of Havana. They are coached by Michelle Brady. They'll start off a junior 5'5" guard, number 5, Josie Hughes. A senior 5'10" forward, number 11, Abigail Cowell. Katie Miller, she'll wear number 20. She's a sophomore and 5'9". Hannah Hodgins, junior, 5'9". She'll wear number 30. And number 32, Jalen Sarnes. She's a senior, 5'8". As we mentioned a couple times here already, Havana comes in 4-5, giving up, they're giving up about 44 points a game and only scoring 36. So it's flip-flop of what you see from the Lady Raiders. Raiders have a little bit different lineup tonight. Sage Stratton, number 4, she'll start at 5'7", junior. She is the starter and one of the leading scorers for the Raiders. Marie Eversman, number 5, 5'8", freshman in the lineup. Lauren Hummel, number 12. She is 5'11", a junior. Tristan Pieper, number 15, a 6-foot sophomore. And Ari Bueller, number 20, 5'7", sophomore. So you go sophomore, junior, freshman, and junior. 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a freshman in there as well. Your referees tonight, Jimmy Graw's out there on the call, as well as John Shield and Randy Kerfman. And Jimmy gives us the okay, and we're ready to go here. QND Lady Raider basketball, they'll work left to right on your dial, or if you're looking at the screen, you'll be looking and coming towards you. Pieper at the beginning, she'll be in their center circle. Actually, Lauren Hummel was up in their center circle. Pieper then came up and got the ball. Raiders have the opening tip. Raiders in their home white, trimmed in blue and, Vegas gold. And our first whistle of the night, it'll be Lauren Hummel as she reached up, had her elbow up a little high, and that was an offensive foul. First foul of the game, and as we talked about all season and gotten accustomed to it, 5 fouls in each quarter. And on the 5th one, it's a double bonus. So no longer do you have to get to 7. And then once you get to the end of the quarter, you go back to 0 again. For the Ducks in their burgundy and white, bringing the ball to the left side is Hughes. Hughes back to the top. Raiders coming out into man-to-man. Katie Miller goes back to the left side. Ball movement into the right corner. Steps in, shot, 14-footer, no good off the glass. Rebounds inside, ball's tipped around and good. That was Katie Miller coming down from the weak side for the first score of the ball game. Havana with the lead. Raiders in the half-court set, get a shot. Pieper comes away with a rebound. Ball stays on the left side. 3 passes around to the right corner. Lauren Hummel back to the top of the key. Pieper. Left side it stays. Pieper looks, tries to come in, kicks it back out. Shot from outside, good from 3. Marie Miller with a 3-pointer gives the Raiders a 3-2 lead. Raiders come out of their 1-2-2 3-quarter court. Ducks get it across half court. Shot, a little 10-foot hook out in front of the basket. And it'll be Jalen Sarnes to the line to shoot 2. Tristan Pieper, her first foul for the Raiders. 2 fouls total for the Raiders in the first quarter. Sarnes will be at the line to shoot 2. And Sarnes nothing but net on the first one. 3-3, we're tied. Glad you be with us here on meccasportscode.com. Catch throughout the season, catching all 4 teams in town. Raiders, Lady Raiders, Devils, and the Quincy High Girls. Ball out of bounds, it will be the Raiders. 6:41 left in the first quarter. 3-3 for a tie early in this one. Ducks in man-to-man. Ari Bueller hands it off, then comes back and gets it. Kicks it into the left corner. Goes to Hummel, brings it back out to the right corner. Here's Sage Stratton, high shot. No good, stepping inside. Hummel, great job on the offensive rebound. Lauren kicks it back out, a reset for the Lady Raiders. Got Miller out here, picking up Stratton across the court. Bueller brings the ball across to the right side, down to the right block. Shoots just over, almost a jump ball. Now Eversman steals the ball. Eversman, 3-on-1, good pass, Shade Stratton, good. Give the assist to Bueller. Stratton with a nice cut to the basket. Bueller found her. Quickly right back in action again. Raiders are up 5-3 in transition. Defense put the pressure. Ball was lost. And we've got a foul in the far corner. Jalen Sarnes, her first personal foul, first team foul for the Ducks. Raiders get the basketball back. Raiders got a busy schedule coming up here pretty soon. They do not do a Christmas tournament, but they do a lot of games before and after to make up for it. Lauren Hummel here on the near side. Eversman over to the left side to Stratton. Stratton drives down through the lane, through Sarnes. No good. Sarnes gets the rebound. Sarnes wears a mask, and I'm not sure if she had broken her nose or kind of like a softball mask almost. Shot taken, no good. Weak side. Pieper rebounds for Notre Dame. Shot was taken by Hughes for Havana. In the left corner, Pieper starts to go baseline. Was skipping it over to the right corner, but stepping up in the way and taking the ball away was Abigail Cowell for Havana. Havana walks it up. 5 minutes left, first quarter action here at the Pit. Jeff Wellman with you here tonight. Tomorrow night back here at the Pit as we've got a 6 o'clock and a 7:30 game. That's the doubleheader against the Palmyra Panthers. Ball hits the floor, and we'll have a jump ball. Jenna Durst comes in for the Raiders. Lauren Herbs and Jaden Stone check in on the other side. Taking a break is Cowell and Sarnes. Havana has the basketball, box out of bounds play under their own basket. Stepping out of the corner is Hughes. Ball comes back to the top of the key. That's Hodgson. Ducks looking to try to go inside. Coming out to help in the left corner is Hughes. Hughes tries to go and does go all the way over across court. Two quick passes, almost a travel there out high. Ducks working the right side of the court. Now to shift it back over, Hughes has it. Ari Bueller guards her. 35 feet from the basket, Stone with the ball. Pieper guarding her behind the arc. Stone picked her dribble up. We got a dead ball over there in the corner. Helped by Herbst. And now a jump ball. Ball stayed in the same area way too long. The Raiders started to swarm a player or two extra over. And between Pieper, Durst, and Bueller, we have a jump ball with 4:06 left, first quarter action. QND Lady Raiders 5 and the Havana Ducks 3. And our pregame was brought to you tonight, shortened as it was, by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Appreciate their helping us out throughout the season. And they're in charge of the coach's comments. So when you hear the comments before the game, whether it is the coach of a game that we are covering or Coach Pettit or even myself, stretching back to the coaching days, they're brought to you by, of course, Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Faith family giving back. We hope to hear from Coach Orrin after tonight's game and get the breakdown of the busy week. Tomorrow night, like we said, Palmyra comes in here, the Panthers, the girls-boys doubleheader. And we're back to action, Notre Dame with the basketball. Sage Stratton works the right side. Eversman started to come in, stop at the right high post. Durst now with the handoff. She's at the top of the key. Three at the top, Stratton now. And Stratton went for the pass in the corner. And before any shots, we had a reach out, and it'll be the second foul on Havana. 2 in this quarter. Foul was called on Josie Hughes, her first, team second. Tied 2-2 in the quarter. Durst gets the ball on the out-of-bounds play from the left corner. Crossover dribble. Starts to back in, picks her dribble up, looks for help now. And Stratton comes to help. Actually, Pieper comes to help her. Pieper looks for a backdoor cut, gets it. Maybe, just maybe, a little too thin of a line to try to get there. And it was right on Jenna Durst's head, and the defender right behind her I believe that was Miller, and it rolled right off, and it will be Raider basketball. Ball inbounded. Stratton has the basketball, top of the key, crossover dribble, comes down the lane, all the way through, misses. Pieper has the ball after it was tipped by Stratton, count it. Pieper gets a basket, she'll have a chance at a blue-collar three. Give the assist. Stratton was the one that stepped down and tapped it back on the rebound. Pieper gets the basket. She'll have another 3:18. She's got a free throw. Katie Miller was the one that was called for her first foul, third team foul, as we stay up with that. Pieper for one. Tristan shot no good off the front of the iron. Rebounded there by Katie Miller for Havana. Sarnes down the right side. Sarnes backs it out of the right 45. Brings the dribble back to the top of the key. Ball goes down in the short corner, left side. Shot no good, came up short. That was Herbst with the shot. Pieper with the rebound. 2-on-1 break. Nice pass there by Stratton to Durst. Durst made the cut from the right side for the bucket. Raiders will jump back into that 1-2-2 three-quarter court. Ducks beat it. But before the Ducks can get it inside, Pieper using her height, slaps the pass out of bounds. Right there where it says, welcome to the pit, home of the Raiders. Miller's going to get a break now for Havana. Box out of bounds play coming from Havana. Pops out into the right corner. That's Hughes. Hughes back to the top. Cowell works that right side now. Top of the key, Herbst. Herbst to the left side to Sarnes. Sarnes has Pieper on her. Raiders in a man-to-man set. 2.5 left, first quarter action. Sarnes still 30 feet from the basket. Gets a screen, moving at that. Picks the drill up. Right side. Stone gets picked up there by Pieper. Quick pass over the left side. It's Hughes. Hughes working a screen. Now he's going to take a 22-footer. No good. Rattles in and rattles out. Bueller gets it. Airy comes through. Nobody picks her up, and what a sweet move there. Airy Bueller came down the lane, used her right, switched it over to her left, and in for the finger roll. Great play there. And I'll tell you, the transition for the Raiders, Lady Raiders, from offense to defense and then back to offense is just impressive. That was Bueller's first bucket of the night. It's a 8-point run by the Lady Raiders, and that's their lead. It was tied at 3. Lady Raiders got a 3 after a basket early in the game by Katie Miller from Havana. 1 free throw by Sarnes out of 2. And that tied it up at 3-3. Raiders have run off 8 straight and now lead by 8 in the first quarter. And, of course, at halftime, we'll break down the tournaments came out. Of course, the Lady Raiders do not go. But the Raiders still go to the State Farm. The Quincy High girls are going to the State Farm this year. And, of course, the Blue Devils will be down in Collinsville. All those times were picked up. Coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Stratton. Maria Eversman's coming in, along with Bueller up high, and then Durst and deep is Pieper. Lady Raiders do a good job of just moving it side to side. It's across the timeline now. There's Eversman, and there's a steal right there after a trap. Pass down, up, Bueller. Oh, Bueller has such a beautiful left hand. She takes that left hand, give Eversman the assist. It's 13-3. Ball's tipped away, deflected, picked up though, and before Cowell gets down the court, Bueller's behind her and smacks it away. So 1:33 left first quarter action, 13-3. Lady Raiders with the lead, Havana with the basketball. Glad you be with us tonight. And we're picking up video as well. Let us know how it's coming. Feel free to shoot me a message. Driving in, the running 12-footer, no good, but she gets her own rebound. That's Miller. The pass out, though, is taken away by Lauren Hummel. Here comes Eversman. Up, under, no good. 4 Raiders around there. Bueller tracks it down. Good job by Durst, reaching up and grabbing it before it went in the backcourt. Hummel comes around. Hummel goes all the way in through. Good move, just went a little too hard on the other side. Havana comes away with the rebound inside 1 minute. And a block shot by Durst, out of bounds. Taking it down that side was Lauren Herbst. And Durst stepped up from behind, blocked. So another box out of bounds play here from Havana. They'll go into the right corner to Cowell. Cowell will come out top. That's Herbst. Back to the top to Katie Miller. Katie goes in the left corner. Her shot. Long, and that was actually Hughes when he got to the left corner for the three. Durst with the basketball across the timeline for the Lady Raiders. Bueller bounces it into the corner. Stratton, little head fake. Stratton, little check. Kicks it back out to Durst, and a little quick on the switching of the feet. It's a traveling call, so with 31.6, Havana should have the last shot of the quarter. 13-3 right now. Raiders with the lead. And on a run, too, 10 straight points.
This evening, number 25, Sierra Thomas checks in for the Lady Raiders.
Check our extra sub there. As Havana has the basketball. Lady Raiders back on defense, man-to-man. Katie Miller backs it out, 20 seconds left. Sage Stratton is on her. Lady Raiders stand man-to-man. Sarnes on the left side, back to the top of the key to Cowell. Oh, a nice backdoor cut. And count it. That was Lauren Herbst. That was a good cut and a great pass by Havana. Shot taken at the buzzer and counted for three. Sage Stratton comes back after the bucket. Cut the 10-point run by the Lady Raiders and puts up another three. So after one quarter here at the pit, it's the Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders 16 and the Havana Ducks 5. And as we mentioned, you're listening to Mecca Sports. You can find us at our website, meccasportsco.com. It'll also pick us up on our YouTube. So if you go to Mecca Sports or if you go to Facebook, you can pick us up at Mecca Sports Co., as in company, on either one of those spots as well. A lot of times we put our information on our games or after our games on Facebook. But either way you do it, go out, subscribe, like us on Facebook, ring the bell, and make it work for your business and for your team and for Mecca Sports Co. Thank you very much. So a good first quarter by the Lady Raiders as they were tied at 3-3, ran off 10 straight points, built a 10-point lead. The quick two by Havana gave it time for Sage Stratton to come down and hit the tray at the buzzer, and 11-point lead after one, 16-5. As we mentioned, Havana coming into this one 4-5. The Raiders 8-1 so far on the season. Playing good basketball. Actually, I asked a couple people how the game was at Pleasant Plains, and you know what you would expect. Pleasant Plains is it's a tough place to play, and their teams at home play very well, and so it's never a surprise if somebody gets beat at Pleasant Plains. Ready to start off the second quarter. Havana has the basketball. Raiders have the 16-5 lead. Havana in the half-court set, baseline, short shot. Nice from the short corner. That was Josie Hughes, her first basket. 16-7. Lady Raiders still with the lead. Bueller with the basketball. Hummel on the right side. Pieper has it on the left side now. She hands it off to Stratton. The only player I didn't mention is Eversman. Shot was taken. Ball ricocheted out into the left corner. The only person that had a chance at that one was Abigail Cowell for the Ducks. Almost thought about wearing my camouflage tonight. Just thought that might have been a little overkill. Lady Raiders back on defense. Far into the left corner. Skipped back up and right through her hands. Good hustle on the far side. That was very nice hustle out of Josie Hughes. Saved the ball for Havana. No turnover. 1 minute through the second quarter. 7 minutes left in the first half. Out at the top, Marie Eversman. Marie is taller than Meredith, but every time I look out there, oh, nice shot there. I looked away for a minute. Josie Hughes got set up, hits the three. 5 points in the quarter by Havana. Lead for the Raiders down to 16-10. Stratton's going to set the offense to the left. Meredith kicks it over here to the right. That was actually Marie, excuse me. Ball goes down the lane. Pieper with a nice drive. Pieper kicked out the rebound, but stepping up and taking it away and going coast to coast. And after going coast to coast, Lauren Herbst goes coast to coast. She gets down to the basket. She stops, lets everybody fly by her. and they let everybody fly by. She shoots, misses it, gets her own offensive rebound, and on the second shot, she gets fouled. So Lauren Herbst has a chance at the blue collar three. Pieper was calling for the foul, her second, and the Lady Raiders first in the second quarter. 7 straight points coming from Havana. Make it 8. Completed the three-point play. 8-0 run here for Havana starting off the second quarter. Raiders with the basketball in the high post. Almost lost the ball. Right side, Lauren Hummel. Hummel skips it over the left corner. Ari Bueller, no good. Eversman gets the rebound, does a great job of kicking it about top of the key. Good. Sage Stratton gets the three at the top of the key. And that all is Eversman there getting the extra opportunity for the Lady Raiders in the half-court set. Short corner, no good on the shot. Good-looking shot there from the corner, but Olivia Kramer couldn't hit. Raiders, right side. Lauren Hummel, good! Lauren Hummel hits a three. Raiders come back with 2 straight threes after the offensive rebound. Lead 22-13, up by 9. Back in the half-court set, man-to-man from the Lady Raiders. Lauren Hummel brings her man right into Eversman. Eversman gets the block shot and picks up the ball. Gets it to Bueller. Bueller comes left side. Stratton cuts towards the basket. Ball tipped. And it is Raiders basketball. Last touched by the Ducks. Substitution. Hummel and Pieper are going to take a break. So our lineup will be the Eversman sisters, Durst, Stratton, and Bueller. Line out of bounds play. Short corner. Oh, beautiful play. Stratton just steps right out to the short corner, left corner. Hits nothing but net. Raiders on an 8-point run, now lead by 11, 24-13. Inside 5 minutes, first half. Ducks down to the right corner. Shot, nice shot. Sarnes, she had squared up. She was already squaring up before the ball got there. Sarnes, her first bucket of the night, go with 1 free throw. Bueller brings it right side for the Lady Raiders. Meredith, Eversman back to Bueller. Bueller will skip over to the left side where Marie Eversman's at. So we got the Eversman girls on each side exchanging between the low block and the wing. And at the top, Bueller through the legs a couple times. Durst, hesitation. Then she has a little stop and go. Shot off the backboard though, no good. Havana gets the rebound. Havana in the half-court set. And a nice block shot from behind. Stratton with a block shot. Taking her down the left side was Josie Hughes with a couple hesitation dribbles. Got in close to the basket and turned the gear on a little bit there. Stratton has a little more height from behind and blocked the shot. Box out of bounds play coming from Havana again. Everybody kind of shifts away. It's a long way to go and a riskiness just to get the ball in play. Top of the key, Katie Miller working against Stratton. Kicks it into the right corner where Cowell kicks it back out. To the top of the key, three-pointer. Rattles around, no good. That was Hughes on it. Hughes took the shot. Eversman got the rebound. Bueller has it now across the right side. Taking the ball across the left side on the wing. Eversman backs in, spins out to Durst. Durst cuts through. Great move by Jenna. Went right through the defense. Ball went off the iron and off the rim and off. Havana with the basketball, down by 9. Sarnes across court to Hughes. Hughes in the right corner. That was Kramer. Kramer on the dribble. Kramer and Eversman match up pretty good there. Meredith, they're both at the same height. On the right side, working the basketball. Bueller playing defense. Ball comes over to the left side. Into the left corner. Raiders still playing that good man-to-man defense. Hodgson got stuck with the basketball, bounces it out, and bounces to Stratton for Notre Dame. Long pass coming up and intercepted at Katie Miller. Miller down, shot no good. Stratton with a rebound and listening up for what they've got on it. Was it a jump ball? And it was a jump ball, so Lady Raiders got it. Checking the lineup now, Stratton and Durst. Eversman still down here. On this side, Marie Eversman, and here comes Bueller dribbling down and hands off to Stratton. Stratton in the set, stays right side to Eversman. Eversman picks it up, back to Stratton, screens on the weak side. There's crossover dribble. Eversman has it knocked away on the floor and a jump ball again, so we'll go back to the Ducks as Sarnes and Eversman with the basketball. 2:18 left, first half action here at the pit, 24-15. Jaden Stone back in the ball game for the Ducks. She's in there with Kramer. Sarnes kicks over to Cowell. That's Stone on that one. And the ball is actually kicked too. Josie Hughes returning to the lineup. Gives Hodgins a break. So across the line at the low post, you got Stone on one block, you got Sarn on the other one. In the left corner is Kramer. In the right corner, just coming in, was Hughes. And then throwing the ball in and picking the ball up is the Raiders. Bueller came out, gave it to Stratton, and trying to check her off. Not getting there in time. Sarnes, her second time. And the first of the quarter, yes it was, for Havana. Coming back in the game, Katie Miller giving Sarnes a break. And on the other side for the Raiders, Meredith Eversman will take a break. Tristan Pieper back in. So Pieper, Durst, Eversman, Stratton, and Bueller. Stratton in the right corner, looked in briefly. Eversman was posting up. Bueller gets it back out by the volleyball power line. Top of the key to Durst. Durst on the left side now. Off the screen, down on the low block, kicking it back out was Eversman. Ball works around to the right side. Durst takes it over to the left corner. Back to the top of the key to Pieper. Durst, 1:20 left in the half. Oh, and a great move there. Eversman was down on the low block. She made a fake. The defense went, and she was all there by herself on the block for the pass and the easy layup. That was a sweet play there by Marie Eversman. Ball on the other end of the court. Short corner shot, no good. Bueller takes it and then pulls the ball away. Turns up the gears. And then Airy tried to cut across the court between two Ducks and get it to Pieper. That was almost there. That pass was close. Durst is going to get a break. Lauren Hummel comes back into the ball game for the last 1 minute, 1 second. Pieper gets it, takes the drive, and gets whacked upside the head between Cowell and Stone. Take your pick. And Cowell gets called. Nope, check Ashley Miller gets called. Miller her second, and the team second. Pieper goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Only free throw shot so far for the Raiders tonight was early in the first quarter. Tristan took a shot after making a basket, trying to complete the 3-point play. Pieper does hit a free throw here. Tristan has one more. Cowell comes into the game. Katie Miller's going to take a break with 2 fouls. Miller, a pretty good ball player on both ends of the floor. Pieper has one more. 57.5 ticks left. First half action. Second one. Oh, what's it? Second one bounced out and was on the edge of the rim and somehow came back in. 28-15. Raiders playing defense. Block shot. Bueller. Bueller does a good job. Bueller is a guard. She is quick. She can elevate, and she can also pick the speed up pretty darn quick when it's time to get going. She's playing the post right now and tipped the ball away. Down to 40 seconds. Ball goes back inside and reaching in. Marie Eversman will be whistled for her first foul. And for the Raiders, their second team foul in the second quarter. Heading to the line to shoot. Stone. Stone hits the first. We'll have one more for Havana. So far in tonight's ball game. 3 out of 5 for the Havana Ducks. 2 out of 3 for the Lady Raiders. Second one up. Oh, it started blowing right, it looked like. Hit barely caught the rim. Eversman with the rebound. 33 seconds and counting left in this one. Raiders looking for the last shot of the quarter. They'll get it right here. Inside, good job. They reverse the ball around to Lauren Hummel. Lauren gets it on the left wing. And coming off a screen from the opposite block was Tristan Pieper. Pieper stepped around, wide open, easy layup. Give Pieper the bucket. She now has 6 points on the night. Raiders doing a good job of balancing out their scoring now. They've got 6 different players in the scoring column for this evening. 7 out of Stratton, 5 out of Eversman. That'd be Marie. 3 from Hummel, 6 from Pieper, 4 from Bueller, and 2 from Durst. Other side, same way. Team's pretty balanced. 5 from Hughes, 5 from Hurst. And a bucket here and there and a free throw somewhere else. Stick around halftime. We'll break down the first half here. We'll break down some of our other scoring in this game, and then we'll also talk about what's coming up this week and next week before the holidays, as well as the holiday tournaments. Had fun last week with a bunch of different games, places, ending up in Columbia with the Norm Stewart Classic. Raiders are putting some full court pressure on the backcourt. Right at half court was Stratton. They're really pushing the ball to Hodgins, trying to make sure she gets the basketball. Now there's a trap down in the far corner. 12.3 seconds left and counting. They let her step out somehow. The shot is no good by Cowell. And we've got 3 or 4 players all grabbing onto the ball, but Durst is going to get it when it's finally said and done. Jenna just pulls in and just, anybody who had a hold of it, as soon as Jenna got in there, they were no longer in the picture. 3.8 seconds. Bueller, oh, we talk about that gear that Bueller's in. She's in such a fast gear. When it hit her knee in the knee, the ball shot out to the bleachers and did not have a chance to track it down. 2.5 seconds left. 30-16. Lady Raiders with the lead. Havana will have a chance to try to get one off at 2.5. Hummel and Bueller up at half court. Stratton can't wait for the ball to come in. Sarnes fires it up. Long shot, no good. And that will do it for the first half at the pit. The Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 30, the Havana Ducks 16. Start to break down some scoring here from the first half, and I'm waiting for the band. And we were down in Mizzou the other night, did not have a chance to track down Abby Schreck or even see Blair F-Tank in the area. Both are down at Mizzou. Abby is playing, of course, for Mizzou and the Tigers. And I know that I know Addie Zanger also has been going to all the games as well. Addie, of course, was a classmate of Abby Schreck's all the way back to St. Francis school, and then, of course, at Notre Dame here. And Addie did not play basketball, but she did end up playing softball. And she said she tried to catch as many games as she can. And if you'd like to use your marketing dollars during the Mecca Sports games, and that is Quincy High boys and girls, as well as the QND Raider boys and girls, give us a holler. We'll sit down and discuss what you're looking at, custom fit what you would like, and not just, or if you just want to put, some ads into the game and support your team or Mecca Sports. We'd love to sit down and talk to you from your point of view, get your perspective of what you're looking for, and try to merge it with our basketball this winter. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It seems like it's coming fast between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we've got a lot of hoops left here. Of course, Christmas tournaments, and then we turn into the first of the year, and we've got a full schedule in January and February, hoping that all of our teams go deep into the postseason. Speaking of all of our teams, the other team here at Quincy Notre Dame is the boys, the Raiders. They are now 4-2. They opened up with 2 victories on the weekend of Thanksgiving. They got the first one against, second one against them, first one against McClure out of St. Louis. The next weekend, and I was supposed to be in both these games. My sincere apologies. When nature calls you, there's not much you can do about that. But the Raiders lost a 2-point game here at the pit against Sacred Heart Griffin. and then turned around on Saturday night in Macomb and lost a 2-point game in overtime. So they were 2-2, came back this last weekend with a victory on Friday night against the Southeastern Suns, and then on Saturday night they had the Hannibal Pirates for a victory as well. So Raiders are set there. Tomorrow night it's the doubleheader between the girls and boys at Palmyra and Notre Dame. First game will be at 6 o'clock, as we've got a game between the girls and the Lady Panthers, who just ended up winning the tournament, I believe, over there. If I'm not mistaken from my last conversation, 5-0, maybe both teams over there, the girls and the boys, and won the tournament to start off the season. So should be a great matchup there between both teams. And then the second game of the night will be the Palmyra boys over here taking on the QND Raider boys. And we just mentioned where they're at right now. And some of the guys are out there participating in the shooting contest, which is a free throw, a top of the key, and then a half court. Noah Lunt on the court right now for the QND Raiders. Noah played football for the football team, and then quarterback, and then also is with the basketball team as well as Aiden Gittenbacher. Also out there, another one of those St. Francis kids we talked about. So you've got the Raiders playing tomorrow night, their record. You got the Lady Raiders playing. Across town, both teams are doing very good so far this year. The Devils are 7-0 after beating the #1 team in St. Louis, or at least the St. Louis High School Sports.com, Chaminade, on Saturday night. And a late game for those who wondered when everybody got started. I believe 9:55 might have been the tip of that game. And then the Quincy High girls thumped Alaman on Saturday, one of the teams that was calling to be at the top of the conference. And they're right now 9-2. 4-1 in the conference. So a lot of good basketball here in Quincy. Speaking of those Christmas tournaments, let's start with of course, the QND Raiders do not play at Christmas. So they take the time off, but they don't take a lot of time off. The QND Lady Raiders were playing tonight, of course, against, pull up my schedule there, Havana. Tomorrow night, the Lady Raiders will play Palmyra. We discussed that. Then on Friday night, they'll be at the John Wood Shootout against Hannibal. That's a 6 o'clock game on Friday night. They come back on Saturday at the John Wood Shootout against Troy Buchanan, Missouri, at 12 noon. So you've got games there. So you've got games Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So 4 games in roughly 6 days this week. Then they'll come back next week on December 16th on Saturday. Oh, that was Troy Buchanan, excuse me. On Monday, this will be a great game here at the Pit. It's a 5:30 and 7 o'clock game, JV and varsity, against Central Southeastern, Matt Long and his squad. And Matt Long will go to the State Farm for the holidays. So Monday you'll have that game out there, Central Southeastern here. On Wednesday, it's John Wood Shootout again against Burlington at 6 o'clock. So you've got 2 6 o'clock Burlington or John Wood games out there. On the 21st, that Thursday, drive off to Beardstown, take on the Tigers. And then they'll have one more game out there on the 29th after Christmas in the Louisiana Shootout. To be announced here, so I do not have a time yet. That is on a Friday, December 29th, and that wraps out the years. So for those teams who do go out for the Christmas break, unlike the QND Raiders, you take a little time off before, and then you get into the Christmas break between Christmas and New Year's most times. The Lady Raiders do a little different. They will play almost every night coming into Christmas and just after Christmas. Then they'll take a nice break off from basically December 29th, that game. And really the 21st, they've only got one game between the 21st and January 6th. And, of course, January 6th, that's that Breeze Shootout. So they come into 2 shootouts out of the Christmas break. They'll have the shootout in Louisiana on the 29th of December. Then they'll come back on the shootout in Breeze at Breeze Central against Breeze Mater Dei. A lot of Breezes in the Mater Deis and that good programs down there. And that will be on Saturday, January 6th. And then they're back into a full month and a half of the season. Before you know it, we're talking postseason. In fact, normally this time of year when I'm waiting for the Christmas seeds for the tournaments. And this one actually came up and went right by me before I even realized it was time for the tournaments already. So that's the lineup for the Raiders, the Lady Raiders. The Raiders now, I want to pull that one out, just got it. They're going to the State Farm as they have. And let's pull it up here. They get the late game, folks. On the first night, December 27th, the QND Raiders, they will play at 9:30 at night. It'll be at Normal West Gym A, and they'll play Pecatonica. Oh, wow. You know, I have never had to say that one. Pecatonica. And before I say that again, I will be practicing that a few times to learn a new town. In fact, I've got to find out where that town's even at. I do not know. I've seen it before in the basketball, especially in the postseasons when you put out your brackets and all that, but I could not tell you for the life of me where that's at. But that will be at 9:30 on the 27th. If the Raiders win, they will play at 7 o'clock the next day at the Shirk Center. That's the Illinois Wesleyan's facility. Everybody loves there, and that's where the finales for all divisions are at. If they would lose, they would get to go to the Shirk Center still, but it would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So when you go to bed that night, if you can't stay up late, just know that you've either got to get up early enough to either make a 7 o'clock game at night the next night or a 2 o'clock in the afternoon if the Raiders would be fortunate to lose. Now, also up there at State Farm, this is the first year for this, the Quincy High girls program is playing at the State Farm, and they'll play in the large school, girls' schools. And it's nice for Coach Dance. We talked about this. He is the coach for the Quincy High girls, but he also has a son playing for the Raiders. So for him to be up there at the same week and weekdays, because it's during the week, is awesome that he can actually watch his son and at the same time still coach his team. Those girls will be playing at 6:30 that first night on December 27th, and that will be at 6:30 at night at Bloomington High School. So if you're coming up to watch the two teams, be ready to be there by 6:30 at Bloomington High School. 9:30 you'll head over to Normal West, and then, of course, go from there. And then the only other team we've got left out there, and they are not in Bloomington. They are down in Collinsville, a very familiar face, and that will be Quincy High, and they will open up at 2:30. They'll be the fourth game of the first session, so the last game of the first session. It'll be a 2:30 ball game. Oak Hill out of Missouri. There's your matchups for the holiday tournaments. And hope you've got all your gifts out there for your special someones, too. If you're looking for something really special for somebody, stop by Cunis Honda or Cunis Hyundai and get them a new car. Put a big old bow on that thing, and and you can get them a used car, too. They do have used cars as well. Get out and see Jeff Kahn, his crew. He's got a couple great sales managers out there, good staff, as well as a good service department. So stop on by. They've even got a good boss out there, Jason Buxman. We appreciate all their sponsorship and their help with Mecca Sports Co. and its faith, family, and giving back. Starting the second half off, Raiders lead 30-16. It will be Havana's basketball to start the quarter. Bueller, as well as Eversman, Stratton, Hummel, and Pieper. Nice turnaround move inside. Sarnes missed it. Made a good spin, but last touch by the Raiders. On the other side, it is Sarnes in there with Cowell. Miller's back in the lineup for the second half. Hodgins, and rounding enough, our guard right down below me, Josie Hughes. Hughes with the basketball right now. Man-to-man coming from the Lady Raiders. Bueller has her, pushes her to the right side of the court. Or as you're looking at it, the left right here in front of us. Works around the left side. Sarnes has the basketball. Sarnes comes back to the top. In the right short corner. Shot taken, no good. Weak side rebound, Miller. Miller out front. And nice touch as it bounces around the rim. Hodgins hits her first basket. Havana gets the first one of the second half. 30-18. Raiders with a 12-point lead. Bueller starts working to the left side. Crossover, back to the top. Hummel, 4 on the perimeter. Ends up in the right corner to Stratton, looking for Pieper. Lobs it into a double team. Katie Miller goes, knocks it away, and also goes and chases it down. Miller will bring it across the timeline. Crossover. Little 6-footer. Block shot there by Eversman. Eversman just matches up so well against the guards. She's quick enough to stay with them, and she's got the height and the length to block the shot. In the far corner. Back to the top of the key now. Sarnes with the basketball for the Ducks. Hummel on her. Brings it this side. To the 45. Down to the baseline. Double team there. Ball gets quickly kicked back out. Cowell didn't move it quick enough and didn't have anybody coming to the ball. Ducks have to reset the offense. Crossover, kick to the left corner, shot, no good. And flying by as I was looking down, Sarnes took the shot, and all of a sudden one of the Raiders went flying past the baseline as Hutchins will be whistled for her first foul, and the first foul of the second half. But yeah, the Raiders were flying out of that picture. Back in the far set as the Raiders are in front on their end. And the ball went off the knee of the Raider into the backcourt. Retrieved it. That's over and back. Nobody touched it. So 6:01 left, third quarter action. 30-18. Raiders with a 12-point lead. Havana with the basketball. Hughes in the center circle where it says QND. Actually, it says Quincy ND. Cowell, there's a backdoor cut. Oh, I don't know how it made it through there. And then after it made it through, the Ducks weren't ready for it. Eversman was. She gets the steal. Top of the key, Stratton, 21 foot. Rattles in, out, pretty darn close. Coming the other way is Hughes. And she's in the middle of traffic of Stratton, Bueller, and Pieper. Stratton's going to be whistled for the foul. Oh, Bueller must have bumped Stratton into her then. So Bueller with her first foul and the first on the Raiders in the second half. Shooting 2 shots. First one no good by Hughes. Hughes had 5 in the first half. She had a bucket and she had a 3-pointer. All the Raiders but Bueller in for rebound position. Second one, using the touch. Hughes with the free throw. And taking a break will be Cowell. Herbst comes back in for Havana. Bueller has the basketball for the Raiders. To Hummel across the timeline. Skipped over on the left side to Stratton to the left wing. Pieper comes right back to the top to Eversman. Stratton comes around. Throws the ball into the right corner, comes back out to Pieper. Pieper fires a 3, no good. Tipped and pulled out of there. Holding her face a little bit like she might have got popped in the head was Katie Miller. I think she's all right there. She just kind of caught one in the jaw. On the right side, Sarnes. Her shot blocked by Eversman. Eversman playing some good defense out there. Bueller in transition, backs it out. Now goes all the way in, up and off the glass. Bueller is so smooth. I mentioned it in the first. She backed everybody out, and then she just waited as it separated, and then came on in with the little bank off the glass. Katie Miller coming to the right side towards Coach. Now they clear out. Stratton beats her there, though. Pass comes out to the top, over to the left. Skip back over right side. Long 3, good, nice shot there. That was Katie Miller from the right wing. She drains the 3, 32-22, 10-point game. Halfway through the third quarter. Left side Hummel looking for someone to come across. Pieper was she was doing a pretty good job of moving her girl up to the second block. And there it is, there's a lob there. They do get Pieper coming across to the strong side though. Bueller takes the ball on the right side. Has Miller on her. Back to the top. Stratton will skip it over to the left. Hummel takes it down to the corner. And she'll take it all the way over to the right with a little baseball pass. Inside to Pieper. Pieper, spin move. Off the glass. Good job. Give Stratton the assist. Give Pieper the bucket. And give the Raiders attaboy for patience. As they worked the ball around the court. Didn't have it. Didn't force it either. Shot from the left side. 2-pointer. Standing on the line was Sarnes. She's got 5 tonight. Back to a 10-point game. Ball hits the line. Last laying on it. Looked like over there was Lauren Herbst. Substitution now from both teams. Sarnes and Hopkins both come out for, as well as Katie Miller. So 3 out on the Duck side. Lauren Hummel's out on the Raider side. So Eversman, Pieper, Bueller, and Stratton in for the Raiders, Lady Raiders. left side. Bueller steps behind the screen. Three, no good. Ball hits the floor. 3 Raiders were there. And should get a jump ball and do. You had Stratton as well as Bueller and Eversman, all 3 around. Each had their hands on it at one point. Jump ball, and it will be Lady Raider basketball inside 3 minutes of the third quarter. Eversman gets it. Eversman has it knocked away. Hands it off to Bueller. Bueller gets inside, takes the shot, no good. And Bueller's going to shoot 2.
On Josie Hughes, number 5. That's her second personal, second team foul.
Foul tailed on Josie Hughes. She had 1 in the first half, has 1 now here, 2. Two team fouls. And the Raiders have 1 in the third quarter. Bueller hits the first free throw. She'll have 1 more. She's got 7 tonight. Second one goes up, comes out. And got a foul inside. Eversman gets whistled. That's Maria Eversman's second foul.
Foul on Marie Eversman, her second personal, second team foul.
Second team foul as well. Here's the 1-2-2, three-quarter court. At the point is Stratton. Eversman at the next wing. Getting under the basket, somehow getting the shot off. It's both of shots off, but both hit a little short was Hughes. And here come the Lady Raiders. Out to Bueller. Bueller flies in from the right side. Good! Bueller hits the shot, gets a bump, and she'll go back to the free throw line for a 3-point play.
Foul is on number 1, push Olivia Kramer, her first, third team foul. Number 21, Jenna Nurse back in for QND. Number 32, Jalen Sarge returns for Havana. And number 20, Katie Miller also.
And after Coach or Jim Obert makes the call out there, foul was on Kramer. Her first, team's third of the third quarter. Bueller heads the line for the blue collar 3. So much quickness from the right side when she makes a cut to the basket. And she does get the 3-point play. Good job by Bueller. Raiders now up 38-24. 2:22 left, three-quarter action. Raiders get the rebound after the missed shot by Havana. Stratton pulls up. No good. Wanted to charge in for the rebound. Did not have position on Sarnes. Hughes backs it out on Bueller. Bueller at the point on D. Right side Eversman. We got the 2 Eversmans. And Stratton, everybody hits the floor out in front of us. Ball went out of bounds on the Lady Raiders. Will be Havana basketball. As we mentioned, Eversman, Bueller, Durst now, and Stratton in the lineup. Ball gets in on the left block. Decent defense. Also, a nice shot there by Josie Hughes for Havana. 38-26. Time to get back to the other end of the court. There we go. Whoops. Raiders have the basketball on the left side. Back to the top of the key. Durst. Durst will go right side to Eversman. Stratton. Over to Durst, and Durst would have had to dive in on the bench. Turn the ball over. The 1:29 left in the third quarter. Raiders lead 38-26. 38-26. 1-2-2, three-quarter court. In the half-court set, Miller, runner, no good, tipped. And they give it back to Havana. Coach Oren is letting them know to box out since they got an offensive rebound there and almost a putback. Ball is inbounded to Hughes in the right corner. Skips out to the left side. Into the left side. At the left 45. Back to the right 45. Sarnes started to make a dribble down. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Pick and roll. Sarnes. Oh, a nice pass. A good pass by Hughes. Good roll by Sarnes. Good overall play by the Havana Ducks. Lady Raiders have it inside a minute now. In the quarter, up 10 still. 38-28. Oh, and a great move. Jenna Durst went baseline from the left side. She got a reverse on the right side and a little nifty play there. Nice move, Jenna. Oh, and there's Ari Bueller. Ball was in the lane. She picks it up and she flies down the other way. The only problem is she flew a little too fast and didn't get the ball up there. Shooting 2 shots right here in front of us.
Personal foul charge 2.
Marie Eversman, it's her 3rd foul.
That'll be her 3rd personal.
And it's also the 3rd foul of the quarter. Still 25 seconds left. And Sarnes will be at the line. She'll get a chance to shoot 2. She's got 4 in the quarter, 9 in the ball game. Actually, 8 in the ball game. Substitutions. Durst is going to get a break. So is Eversman. Pieper back in as well as Hummel. 40-29. Second one no good. Rebounded by Eversman. And I beep the buzzer. They were ready to beep it in as soon as she made it. The only problem is she didn't make it. And so now with 21.8, they'll still let her come in. That'll be Abigail Cowell coming back in for Havana. Little full court pressure being applied by the Raiders. Well, actually, it was actually Hummel coming up, looking like she was coming up to put pressure. She was actually on offense trying to set a screen. Stratton, crossover dribble, kicks in left corner. Pieper for 3. No good off the back of the iron. It was a good-looking shot. Katie Miller came away with the rebound for Havana. Down to 4 seconds. Squared up on the right side for 3. No good. Stepping in, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. So your score here at the pit after 3. Quincy Notre Dame 40, and the Havana Ducks 29. You're listening to Raider basketball, as well as the rest of the Mecca Quincy teams right here on meccasportsco.com. 40-29. Got a new book here for the Lady Raiders, so I got to figure out where do I put my my running quarter scores. There we go. After 1 quarter, QND 16-5 with a lead. They had a run of 10 points after being tied at 3-3. Second quarter started off with Havana on fire. They had 8 straight points, including a blue-collar 3. Got within 3, 16-13. Raiders came back with an 8-point run. Raiders also added a couple other little runs in there, and 30-16 was your halftime score. QND Lady Raiders with the lead. We get in the 3rd quarter, which we just ended right there. Again, first couple points were from Havana. Teams traded back shots until the Raiders had a nice little 4-point run. It came back on the other side by 4 for Havana, and it ended up with a free throw by Havana. 40-29, Raiders still led by 11. And here we are in the 4th quarter as we got 8 minutes left here. Mountain Dew up on the board, and a little Mountain Dew for me, as Havana will have the basketball to start the 4th quarter. And we thank Ron Vecchi and the crew. Havana with the basketball. Bueller playing some good D. Ball was kicked into the right corner. Stopped there on the drive was Herbst. Have to reset at the top of the key to Hughes. Hughes gives it to Sarnes. She brings it across with the mass to the right side. 2 guards. Katie Miller was back to help out, so now Katie is back at the center circle with Stratton on her. Sarnes pops out to the right side. Miller goes back with the left with a dribble. Miller comes around, a couple screens, nothing's there. Back to the right, reversed around to Sarnes, behind the arc. Sarnes going to take a step in. Sarnes will hit the shot, but she stepped just inside the line, so it's only 2 points. Havana's within single digits again, 40-39. Raiders still up by 9, though. Raiders in their half-court set. Right side, Hummel gets the ball. Top of the key, Bueller. Bueller left side to Eversman. Eversman, oh, and a great pass after the screen. Pieper off the glass. Oh, and it rolls out. Trista with a good shot there and a good move. Squared up, and the ball rolled out the far side. Bounce pass. Inside, kicks back out. Shot, high archer, no good. Shot was missed by Hughes. Rebounded on the other side for the Raiders by Marie Eversman. Bueller to Eversman. Left side, Stratton. Stratton trying to get Pieper. Pieper posting up and being hung on behind. Pieper's got the height on Herbst. And she's working tough from behind and making Tristan work. That was her first. And that's the first foul of the 4th quarter for either team. 6:19 left here. Oh, and a great pass there. They passed it out at 14 feet. Pieper went up, and she tipped it almost like a volleyball tip, and it was down to Bueller, who just passed the ball and stepped in. Give the assist to Pieper, and Bueller the basket. Abigail Cowell, she gets whistled for her first foul on Havana. Second team foul of the fourth quarter. And here comes Bueller and the Raiders. 6 minutes left in this one, up 11. Very good team in Havana. Not their team of last year of 32-5. Top of the key, Hummel, right side, Eversman. Eversman looked briefly inside. Now Bueller pops around. Left side to Hummel. Hummel behind the arc. There's Pieper inside. Pieper tried to pass across the court. Good defense there. Got just enough of it, Hughes, and it was intercepted by another Duck. Hughes, her turnaround shot. Oh, she got the touch on that one. She turned around, got in tight, and the ball hit the front of the iron and just rolled. We had 2 or 3 balls tonight. Just roll over the iron with just the last little juice they had. Still up 9, 42-33. Trying to bounce inside. Sarnes is going to be whistled. It looked like maybe a hook call, but it was a hook call on the defense. Sarnes, her third, and the team's third. Raiders do not have a foul as a team in the fourth quarter. Ball reversed around left side. Stratton came back to the ball, luckily, because Katie Miller was coming too. Hummel right side to Eversman. Eversman looks inside but comes back to the top of the key to the left. Hummel's over there. And Hummel's pass, it was tipped, but Pieper picked it up and kicked it back out. Reverse, right corner, shot for 3. No good, rattled around. Pieper hustled for it. Good job by Tristan Pieper. Pieper worked hard. Got the rebound on that one, took it back up for 2. They're letting them play a little bit, but they're letting both teams play. I was quite impressed with that play. Pieper and them both had each other's arms. It looked like it could have been a double foul or no foul at all. They allowed them to play through it. And when they did, Pieper got the rebound, made a nice spin move, and to the basket. Tristan's going to feel it tonight, though. She will know tonight that she's played. Havana's doing a heck of a job inside with their big girls. The Sarnes girl can play strong. And, of course, they're right down here in front of us, as you can tell. And as we got a crowd shot here. Now look at this. This is a good crowd shot when the official that you're trying to catch there, Randy Kerfman, is actually hiding behind the pole. There he is. There's Randy Kerfman hanging out down here. Randy has been refereeing a lot of years. He's got a little Santa Claus look there too. The white beard, and the little bitty white beard. Not the other way. Good game here at the Pit tonight. They kick the week off tomorrow night. Back here, the Palmyra teams come over and play a doubleheader. Later in the week, there's a couple East Moline games on Thursday and Friday by both the Blue Devil teams. Here we are back to action. Havana has the basketball. Katie Miller with it. Sage Stratton for ND following her around. Oh, almost a travel there from their guard, Hurst. Hurst then drives, kicks it out, right corner, short, no good. Option, just put a little too much on that. Hummel and Bueller had the rebound. Into the half-court set. Stratton, three-pointer good. Stratton brings down the snow. Thank goodness it's warm as she hits her second 3 of the game, 10 points. Josie Hughes comes back the other way to the top of the key with a three-pointer. 5 1/4, 8 1/2, 13 in the ball game. 3:56 left in this one. Raiders lead 47-36. Katie Miller's going to, actually Hobson's getting a break. Also coming into the ball game will be Olivia Kramer. Kramer giving Cowell a break. So Kramer, along with Katie Miller, Sarnes. Hurst stayed in the game. And I picked my last player up there. Hughes. Josie's still in the ball game. For the Raiders, Stratton with the basketball, left side, Eversman. Looks inside, back up to Bueller. Bueller reverses the right side. That's Stratton. She goes down on the block. Pieper kicked it right back to the weak side to Eversman. Eversman gets bumped, and Marie with a little contact, but still the strength to get the ball up and in. Right side of Havana. No, Marie Eversman with the rebound. Marie's having a good ball game tonight. Approaching 3 minutes left in this ball game. 49-36. Lady Raiders with the lead and the basketball. Backdoor cut. Oh my goodness, that was a good pass. I don't know how it got there. Stratton passed it into Eversman. It came back out though to Durst, and Jenna Durst fires a three-pointer. Lady Raiders picking it up on offense in spurts. And the last couple spurts down the court have built up a 16-point lead with 3 minutes exactly left in this ball game. 52-36. Marie Eversman playing a heck of a ball game tonight, not only on defense, but contributing offensively as well. She's got 7. She's blocked a number of shots and, of course, taken on the guards here from the Ducks. Stratton, of course, playing her physical play. And then Jenna Durst set up for the three-pointer there and nailed it. Second one of the quarter. One by Jenna and then one by Sage Stratton. And when Sage brings hers down, you're just so glad it's not cold outside because the ice pellets would be following pretty darn quick. Bueller turning her gears up and down all night long. She's got 12 points unofficially. 10 from Pieper. All those girls following. Sage Stratton with 10 points as well. 7 from Marie Eversman, so some good balance scoring from the Lady Raiders. Picking it up on the defensive side first. Yeah, I'm not too sure there's many players that are quicker. And I'll get to see this. Cameron Byquist at Quincy High running the floor against Ari Bueller. One looks like a track star. The other one just has a gear that just goes to another level. Havana with the basketball. Driving down, taking the shot, no good, but the ball caught the iron on the way back, and Sarnes had it for a moment till Bueller picked it up for QND. Sage Stratton now brings it across the timeline. Gets reversed around to Bueller on the right wing, behind the arc. Sarnes picks her up. Durst, right where she hit the last three-pointer. Eversman in the left wing. Lady Raiders keeping on the perimeter until they decide to throw it all the way down to Tristan Pieper. Kind of a direct pass through the hands of the Ducks.
Checking in for first time tonight, number 22.
And Tristan couldn't get it. She had a piece of her foot on the line when the ball came through there. Here's Josie Hughes. Left side, Katie Miller. Miller comes this way and gives it to Sarnes. Sarnes, hesitation halfway through the lane. Sarnes had a hesitation dribble. Marie Eversman's going to be whistled for her fourth foul. And it's our first of the Raiders in this quarter. But Sarnes has the and one here. She did a nice job of hesitating, picking her speed back up, and taking it to the hole. I thought that and I think Marie did too, I think they thought the call was maybe not, was on the opposite side of her, and the positioning was just bad for the official to get a good look at where she was at. But her fourth foul, team's first of the fourth quarter. On the other side, 3, as we've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in this ball game. At halftime, Sarnes only had 3. She's picked up 9 in the second half and 12 in the ball game. We talked about free throws in the first half, 3 out of 5 for the Havana Ducks. In the second, before the last one, they were 1 for 4, so 2 out of 5. So 5 out of 10, not great free throw shooting at all. It's 50%. On the other side, Lady Raiders are 4 for 6, 67%. Lady Raiders have the ball. Full court pressure coming from Havana. Get it into Durst, and then just get it to Bueller and let her take off. And she is. Into the left corner, Durst. Starts to go baseline, stops at the short corner, kicks it out. 2 minutes left in this ball game. Stick around in the post game. We'll break down the scoring. We'll also talk to Coach Orn, get his take on this ball game. And at the top of the key, and we had subs in, and welcome to the game. Abby Reed was in the ball game, and she got hold of the basketball, and they grabbed her around the head. Fourth team foul. There'll be one more. Next one will be a two-shot. Bueller's in the backcourt. Bueller comes around the front court. Hughes picks her up. Oh, and Reed started to make a move, started to make a pass, and then realized the defense was in the way, so she tried to pull it back, but it was a little too late. Josie Hughes across the timeline for Havana in the half-court set. Katie Miller, top of the key, to the right side. That's Josie Hughes again. Works against Bueller. Comes all the way through, and we've got, well, that's what I thought. Eversman was coming from the far side. She was coming towards the action, and so they went ahead and followed her through on her fifth foul for them in the second half. And a couple of them, Marie definitely had to scratch her head a little bit. We had 1 minute and 30 seconds left. She has 7 points, 2 buckets, 1 three-pointer. And Hughes will go to the line to shoot 2. Hughes misses the first. She'll have 1 more. So Eversman in for Eversman. Sarnes is coming out. Hodgson's coming back in. And so Hughes has 1 more. Lineup for the Devils. For the Raiders, excuse me. Second one in good. Hughes with 1 of 2. 52-40, minute and a half left. Beating the pressure of the Ducks. Into the center court was Bueller. She'll get it to Stratton. So 2-guard front there. In the high post is Jenna Durst. Eversman and Reed will chase around. And here we start. Little hotcakes. Eversman up the left side, and she gets pulled down there by Kramer. Kramer will be her second foul. And it will be the 15th foul, so out at the Pepsi sign in front of Coach Oren will now go directly in from 35 feet away. And it will be the double bonus, 2 shots now for Meredith Eversman. Subs waiting here for the Lady Raiders. Looks like 3 of them, along with Sarnes coming back in the ball game.
Subs into the game for the Raiders, number 25, Sierra Thomas, and for the first time in this game, number 1, Ellie Bozar.
Lauren Hurst comes out of the ball game. Also out of the game for the Ducks will be Hannah Hodgins. And Eversman has 1 more free throw. 1:07 left in this one. Second one no good. Comes in, comes out. Here comes Havana. Hughes. Hughes goes right by the defense. Misses the shot, but Durst will get the rebound. Jen in the backcourt. It will be Hughes committing the foul. It'll be her 3rd. It's 2 shots, so we're going to walk all the way down the court and pick it up. Eversman was in the game along with Jenna Durst and Reed. Checking in, Sierra Thomas, number 25, checked in. Also, Ella Bozart, number 1, checked in for the Lady Raiders. Durst's first free throw's good. Jenna will have 1 more. She's got 8 points on the night. Second one up, good. 55-40. She's got 9 for the night. Raiders lead 55-40 by 15. Good pass from Hughes down to the left block. Luckily, Kramer got out of there. Shot taken from outside, no good. And they'll let it head the other way. That's Sierra Thomas. It was going for the rebound. Could have called the foul and walked down the other way and shot free throws, but 42.2 seconds left. 55-40. That was probably enough. Cowell comes out and Starnes comes back in for Havana. Full court pressure being applied by the Ducks. Thomas triggering it from the baseline. Gets it out. Thomas has it now. Down court, loses the handle on it. 2 feet from the basket, kicks it back out. Reed takes the shot, no good. And rebound comes Havana with 30 seconds left. Katie Miller, she's getting 1 rebound, 1 in. She's gonna take it all the way and lost the handle on it. 4 feet from the basket and out of bounds. More substitutions coming back in for Havana on defense. We got Sarnes in there with Miller along with Hodgins in the backcourt. Also the guards still out there, Hurst and Hughes. 26.7 seconds. Raiders working to push to 9-1. on the season. Long pass out. Wasn't a bad idea, but didn't get it far enough out. Ball's on the floor. Havana somehow pulls it out. Goes in, and Reed's going to commit the foul. For Reed, it should be her first, Abby Reed. And for the Raiders, it's their third team foul. At the line, shooting 2 free throws. On the shot was Hutchins. She misses the first. She'll have one more.
Number 12, Jane Stone, re-enters the game.
Stone comes back into the ball game. Miller, Hughes, exit. Also waiting to come in is Taylor Lindsay for her first time tonight. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Thomas. Outset to Ellie Bozard. Back to Thomas across the timeline now. Thomas will back it in. And we'll get it out to Jenna Durst at the top. 8 seconds left. Raiders will not have to shoot the basketball. Down to 5. And a little late now, but the buzzer goes off. And there is your final. So the Lady Raiders put it together after being down 2-0. Once they got the lead, never lost the lead the entire game. And they close this one out with a victory. The Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders 55, the Havana Ducks 40. And with that, that'll give the Raiders a 9-1 mark. And on the other side for the Ducks, they fall to 4-6 on the season. I'll break down the entire game. Points scored in this ball game too. And then we'll talk to Coach Orn as the QND Raiders, Lady Raiders, with a victory here. The final score 55-40. You've been listening to Lady Raider basketball on meccasportsco.com. Hang with us here as we get ready for the post-game show. As soon as we get the scoring all taken care of. And welcome back to the pit here as we wrap up with the post-game show here. QND Lady Raiders come out tonight against Havana. Start this ball game off down 2-0. Get a three-pointer, get up 3-2. When it's tied 3-3, the Lady Raiders got on a roll, and they had a 13-point run there to end the first quarter. Actually, they had a 10-point run, followed by a three-pointer into the quarter. And 16-5 after one, QND with the lead. Second quarter, the Ducks came out in a really nice offensive set or two. Picked up a quick 8 points, including a blue-collar 3, and it was a 16-13 game. Raiders went on on a run there of 8 points to get up 24-13. Sharing a couple baskets back and forth, but to end the quarter, it was 30-16. Raiders up by 14. Third quarter started the way the second quarter did. As we say bye to Jim Obert there as he did the public address tonight. 30-19. Traded baskets most of the third quarter out there. We finished up 40-29, up by 11. And into the fourth quarter, too, Raiders just seemed to have one extra basket, an extra call every time that the Havana Ducks came down and put down a bucket or did something good. They came down with a couple, and it got down to 50. It actually got close. They got to 9 points and 8 points in there, and then once the Lady Raiders jumped back up by double digits, they'd close this thing out 55-40. I'm going to give you the stats here on the scoring unofficially here, as I think we're always never sure until we get home if we got the right score down after we put our math together. But unofficially tonight, Lady Raiders were led in scoring by Ari Bueller. She had 12 points. 10 points from Sage Stratton, also 10 points from Tristan Pieper, 9 out of Jenna Durst. Drop down after that, 7 points from Marie Eversman. Eversman with a good offensive night and really a good overall night for the Lady Raiders. Drop back out of that, 7 points, three-pointer from Lauren Hummel, and that was in the second quarter. A free throw by Meredith Eversman, and that is our scoring right there. I might have missed 1 point. Abby Reed may have hit one of those 2 free throws at the very end. And so that's Abby. Until I officially get that one in there, you're going to get that point, and that will be 55. Is also in the ball game Ellie Bozarth, but did not score late in this one. The Havana Ducks, who are now 4-6, break down their scoring there. 14 points out of Josie Hughes, a nice little guard, number 5. Did not score in the first quarter. 12 points out of Jaylyn Sarnes. Sarnes consistent throughout the game with 12. She also wore that nose brace as well. 5 points from Lauren Herbst. Also 5 points from Katie Miller. Miller, a big key in here on both ends of the floor tonight. Did a real good job for the Havana Ducks. 2 from Hannah Hodgins. Also 1 from Jaden Stone. Abigail Cowell was in the ball game but did not score. Taylor Lindsay came in late, as well as throughout the game, Olivia Kramer late. And I think that might have wrapped up your scoring right there for Havana. Yes, it did. So, Lady Raiders will pack it up and for not very long. Tomorrow they'll be right back here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. That will have the Palmyra Panthers, Lady Panthers, taking on the Lady Raiders. And then the follow-up right behind this, you're going to have the Palmyra Panthers and the QND Raiders, Kevin Meyer's squad too. So, should be a couple of good ball games, and I did get from Brian Wassman, the athletic director over there. I believe he said they were both 5-0. Definitely one of them's 5-0 and just won the tournament over in Palmyra, and I believe that was the girls. So should be a great night of basketball out there, and of course, as many people have said over here in Illinois for a long time, on the girls especially, wouldn't it be neat if, like they did in Missouri, where you ran the girls game followed by the boys game, and I think there's something to be said. There's a lot of games when we do the shootouts like that, and I think that's a good thing to do. But at the same time, the tradition of Illinois, and especially when you're running into like a Western Big Six school and those schools, they all have a sophomore game before the varsity game, and so they've kind of got a routine, and I don't know that they really want to break that routine. So, but there's always good nights when you can do that, and this will be one of those nights where we have another one's those shootout nights when the girls will play like Thanksgiving, where the varsity Lady Raiders will play first, and then you'll follow up with the Raider teams. We have the same situation in February, and I believe it is February, maybe 2nd and 3rd for the tournament. So right here at the pit. 9-1 so far now for the Lady Raiders. We talked about the couple good games that last weekend for the Raiders themselves as well, as they had the tough losses to Sacred Heart by 2 and also by Macomb in overtime by 2. Both had some nice weekends. And turn around after that. I did not have, let me see if I've got the schedule here we're waiting for Coach Orrin for some fill here, folks. I may have the schedule after, again, just to go over quickly for those who want to know what the Lady Raiders are doing, since we mentioned they don't go to a holiday Christmas tournament. They do end up playing a lot of basketball in a row. As we mentioned, tonight is Monday, Havana, home. Tuesday, Palmyra, home. Then we'll turn around and wait till Friday night, and you go back-to-back John Wood shootout games. On Friday night, it's Hannibal High School at 6 o'clock at John Wood Community College. On Saturday, it's Troy Buchanan against the Lady Raiders, and that's a noon game on Saturday. So 4 games in 5 days, then 3 games next week and another busy week when you've got Central Southeastern, Matt Long, and Matt's put together a heck of a program over all his career. You turn around and go Wednesday, John Wood again, Burlington. So, you've pretty well been in a tournament when you've done 3 games at John Wood Community College in a week. You can stay at home. You see 3 different opponents. It works out really good for Coach Orrin and his Lady Raiders. And then on Thursday night, they travel on December 21st, last game before Christmas. They'll travel over to Beardstown, play at Beardstown for a JV and varsity game. That night, the Raiders will be playing at Palmyra. Check that, Payson. So they'll be up at Payson. We'll be on the stage that night. And then they get Christmas time, and then one game right after Christmas, another shootout, the Louisiana shootout, and that will be on December 29th on that Friday away. They'll have the game time for that when they've got it out for us. We've not seen it yet. And then they will follow up with one more shootout there, so we might as well go that deep. On January 6th, when they come back, they'll be at the Breeze shootout down in Breeze, Illinois, and they'll be taking on Breeze Mater Dei, the Catholic school down there, and that's a noon game down there. So the Lady Raiders got a busy schedule ahead. The Raiders, as we mentioned, also will be busy as they've got this week. Tomorrow is Palmyra. They'll come around on Friday, and they'll take off to Camp Point Central and take on Central that night with a JV varsity game on Friday, December 15th. Then the big crosstown shootout on the 16th when you've got Quincy High coming over to the pit. It goes 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They do the 5 o'clock game in the JV first. That way they can get that enough time in there, buffered in there, so that media and all of us can kind of get ready for the hoopla for 6 o'clock that evening, or 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock that evening on December 16th, which, by the way, is my brother's birthday. So we'll celebrate that night as well. So Raiders then, after they have this busy week, turn around and they've got only one game next week, and that's that Thursday game we just mentioned up at Payson when they'll be on we'll be on the stage. The teams will be out on the court playing. I don't want to change that up at all. And they'll play there, and then they'll get almost a week off to head to the State Farm Classic. So lots of good stuff out there. And, of course, for the Raiders later in the season as well, should be a lot of fun down the road. And here comes Coach Orrin flying up on us there. Coach, thanks for joining us there. Good ball game. I tell you, looking at that game, Havana's not a bad ball team. That's because I didn't turn you out there.
All right, no problem. Yeah, they're good. We knew they were going to be very pesky. It was one of the best battles last year, and it was a fight. We made a couple runs that helped us out and found a way to win in front of everybody knows it's a big game tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, and of course you got the Palmyra doubleheader there too. Is this team was 32-5 last year? Did they graduate a few of the big studs?
Three graduated. They had basically three of their top 6 were back. But yeah, I mean, obviously, one of them was kind of injured, but they're always a good team. Like I said, very pesky. They don't go away. They fight to the better end.
And I know you didn't. It didn't really bother you, the girl that had the face mask on. You thought it was softball season a little bit too there, because when you looked down there at first. I'll tell you, who I thought had a pretty impressive game tonight was Eversman. I thought she did a good job of. She's quick enough to guard the guard, and she's tall enough to get the block. She's got the wingspan, and really tonight she added a few points in there too. She had a good game. She
is, and she's our certainly 10 games in the season. She's our most improved player. She's as a freshman, she's earning some big time minutes. She'll be on the court tomorrow. We had some second half struggles, but we find a way to fight through. But I'm waiting for our breakthrough game, and I'm hoping in front of a lot of excitement tomorrow. For the girls' game, we already know Palmyra is going to shut the lights off, and behind our bench is going to be a sea of orange. So I'm hoping we feed off that energy, show some maturity, and just have some fun with this atmosphere and play our best game.
Well, we're looking forward to. And one last note here as I let you go here. Watching Bueller play, and I've enjoyed watching her play anyway, she's got a different gear. When she turns her gear off, it's almost like an electric car. You can't hear anything, and next thing you know, it's like an Indy 500 car. She's already by you.
Yeah, she's certainly our quickest point guard that we've had since Lee McLaughlin. She does those things, and we want her to do more of those things. She's a catalyst for our team, our top facilitator. We just need her skills to help lead us with Sage and that two-guard tandem we have to be successful this year.
And it was tonight. We look forward to tomorrow night. Save that. You're going to have a lot of talking to do tomorrow night and coaching, so we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Eric Oren. Thank him for coming up there. Thank you, sir. And that is also brought to you by Cunis Honda and Cunis Hyundai, faith, family, and giving back. Well, with Coach there, that wraps us up here. We can go ahead and get ready for tomorrow night, and we're ready for tomorrow night. So we're sitting right here. Come join us early tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, 7:30. I had to think about that a couple of minutes after we had a quick game here tonight, and we'll be right here. So the final score here from the pit tonight, it was the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 55 and the Havana Ducks 40. And I'm Jeff Wellman, and you are listening to MeccaSportsCo.com and Quincy Lady Raider Basketball. Good night, everyone.